Good, good evening, members. This evening, we are blessed with one professional, our sister Faith Mirembe, who will handle us through digital safety during this festive season. She's a human resource, is an advocate of and human resource professional. I would like to urge everybody uh, to embrace the topic and listen to us from wherever you are. The topic aligns itself with the gadgets we are using for tonight. So I would like to welcome everybody for this session, which would run from 8 to 9 p.m. I've seen not many have joined, but I believe others are also trying to join us. I believe everybody is listening to me. We cannot now wait indefinitely to start the program, but we can now go ahead with what is on the ground. Our rule is we first listen to her presentation. After her presentation, then we shall have some few questions from few members or concerns, or whatever you have. May not be a question or question, then you put forward to our presenter for tonight. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Madame Faith Mirembe to give us the package she has prepared for us this evening. Madam, you are welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Merry Christmas, Happy festivities, and I wish you a very Happy New Year. Good evening. I know the time is for festivities, people are merry. Yeah, we bless the Lord that He has brought us this far. Because when you think about how the year has been, probably many have died, but we are still here. Some people are sick, but we are still here. So we bless the Lord for that. My name is Faith Mirembe. I thank you for the opportunity to always share with you my experiences, my insights. And Madame Betty knows that whenever she calls me, I'm always ready to serve. So I'm really grateful to be associated with you. Okay, today's topic, we wanted to indulge in the fact that our children are home and we cannot run away from the fact that they're using gadgets, be it the television, the phones. Like there is a lot that is going on, given the fact that we are in an AI stage where a lot of technology is being used. And as parents, of course, sometimes we don't even know what our Ugandans or our kids are exposed to. So this session is basically to open up our insights, our minds, and put some safeguards towards digital technology. See how it is to stay. And when you look at the way or the how our kids have embraced technology, it is fascinating. It is interesting. Most of us don't even know how to operate a smart TV, but then this Ugandan will know how to operate a smart TV, at least at my home. I have Ugandans who think for me in regards to technology. And I trust most of us are in that category. But we can't run away from the fact that this technology is exposing them to many, many risks. And it is high time we face those risks, yeah, and tackle them out before the world actually helps us to tackle those risks on our behalf. Okay, can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, so why digital safety matters? Of course, when you look at the children's speed that it is increasing, the time they spend online for learning and entertainment, it's worrying. And the exposure to inappropriate content and online risks is very common. And we as parents play a very key role in guiding safe digital behavior. So that is the reason why we're having this training. Because time immemorial, I mean, what we're exposed to as millennials, because I trust most of us are millennials, maybe we also have some baby boomers. It is not the same exposure that our children are being exposed to. So it is increasing. The exposure is too much. The entertainment is too much. TikTok, Facebook, X, like it is too much. And unless we put some safeguards, of course, our kids are going to be exposed to inappropriate content online. And I don't think any parent would like to be in that space. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, let's first go to the first risk, which is website and content blocking. This is, I'll give you the fact that our kids are using the internet for, let me say, learning. And they'll go and put maybe www on something, they're using Google to create, or, you know, they're in holidays, they've given them holiday packs. So it is very important that you as a parent, you know how to navigate different websites and content blocking. And what you can do is to use parental control tools on devices and routers. And how you can do this is you go to maybe, for example, Google. There are some settings that you can use, and you say that content, let me say, that shouldn't come out should be between, let me say, 6 and 12 years. Anything above 6 and 12 years has to be blocked. That is a function that most parents don't know that it is there. If you're having routers, you can block what this child can be able to source. For example, we've been in offices, and some content, if you put in, let me say, Facebook, or you want to go on your social medias, the browser is not bringing that content. So that is something you can use as a parent. And you can block all inappropriate websites and apps. And in this, of course, you can enable safe search and age appropriate filters, and regularly review and update blocked content lists. And how you can do this, I've already told you, but you can also go back. For example, how I got to block my children's exposure. I randomly went to their laptop and searched what they had searched before. So there you can have an exposure and say, okay, I think this is the content that they usually search. Because when you go back, especially in Google, it gives you the last searched content online. So it gives you at least time to, you know, to block whatever is not appropriate. So that is how you can use your parental control to block any content or anything that is inappropriate for your children. Next slide, please. Okay. Mark, I've seen your concern. Yes, I can put up something and share it with Madam Betty. to show you where you go. Like you go to settings, like the flow, how you block. I think I can share it with her tomorrow. Okay, the next thing you can do is monitoring children's online activities. Of course, you should keep devices in shared family spaces. Use monitoring software, all built-in devices. Review browsing history. It is very, very important. And app usage, and have open conversations about online habits. I'll give you an example. I think it was the other year. I found in my spot on checks, I usually do spot on checks on my boys. I found when my boy had contacted a Nigerian, he thought it was for fun. And then this man, as old as he had started asking him, where do you stay? And then he had stupidly told him, I stay in Uganda. You see, I want some money. And I'm like, okay, where is this coming from? Like I was in shock. And these are things I know most parents don't even want to share, but our kids are doing them. They are doing them. And if you're not checking their socials or their histories, you'll be shocked at what the exposure is up to. So what I do, I pretend that I don't even care what you do on your phone or on your laptop. And then once in a while, I tell you, hey, give me your laptop. There is something I want to do. And I go and check. Trust me, that Ugandan will never go back to that site, because I had to block everything, told him openly what happens when you start speaking to strangers, the exposure, the risk. I even told them about how people are, what are recruiting homosexuals through website. Like I had to go deep because first of all, I was in shock, but at the same time, I was afraid of the exposure that they were putting themselves into. So as parents, please be careful. This is happening. So please put monitoring tools. Check, always check spontaneously, because if they think that you will not check, or they are not even expecting you to check, that is when they are free. So that will give you a guideline, or even get to know the type of people you're dealing with, because these are very smart people, young persons, but at the same time, they are at a very high risk for cyber security, for cyber harassment. Like there is a lot that is exposed to them. Okay, next slide. Okay, another exposure or another guide that you should do as a parent is to manage screen time. And screen time, this is the TV or the tabs that we give our children. I know it's the in thing, you think it's very good for your child to be always on their tab, learning or even playing games. But please, it is very important that you set daily screen time limits. If, let me say, you put a rule that you do not watch TV from in the morning, you only watch from 3 and upwards, they will respect that. You create device-free times. For example, you do not watch TV while you're eating, and you encourage balance between online and offline activities. For example, at my home, I bought some bicycles, I bought badminton rackets and all that, so that there is that time when you encourage them to go out and play, ride their bicycles, do some, fun activity as kids, especially when they're at home. Because when they're at school, at least there is a schedule. But what about when they're home? So you need to use those tools. For example, in TVs, they are those inbuilt screen time management tools. I've seen them in hotels where after 3 or 10 minutes, the TV switches itself off. So you can also use such inbuilt tools to monitor their screen time so that they grow up as active children. Have them play, have them run around, have them dance, probably, so that they do not stick their brains to the screen. Now, in my home, I have a monster called Roblox. You find someone on the laptop for almost 3 hours. They're playing Roblox with their friends, and you're like, hey, this is 3 hours. What are you still doing? You either tell your friends to get off, or else I'm taking the gadget. Some kids have PS5s or those, the gadgets where they play. And as parents, you're thinking, okay, they are playing, they are safe, but then you're deteriorating their minds. They're not thinking. That's why no wonder research has it that their attention span is very low, because these are children that have grown up in an era where being on the screen is okay. So their social skills are affected. They don't know how to relate. They can't hold a conversation. So it is really, really worrying. So unless you are intentional with your children, it is not good at all. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, there is another monster called social media safety, and social media safety goes back to the social media platforms that our kids are exposed to, the TikToks, the X's, the book faces. Like, there is a lot. And what you can do as a parent is to ensure privacy settings are set to maximum protection. Only accept friends and followers they know. I actually go to my children's pages. There are two that have pages, and I start screening through the kind of friends they have. And of course, I do it stealthily without them knowing. And when I see a threat, of course, I have already told them that social media is bad. People can actually affect your social life forever if you're not careful. You post vulgar videos, like someone will keep that video, and when you are stepping up the ladders, the video will suffice and you'll never forgive yourself. So you do not put yourself in a position where you will regret your actions today, tomorrow. So such open talks are very important as parents, so that these kids know that the world we are in right now, it is not a normal world. It is not normal times. There are hard times where we need to protect them and teach them not to share personal information. Do not share your birthday. Do not share anything, because we've seen people on social media sharing, oh, I'm out, photo, too, they upload. Oh, I'm going to swim, photo, too, they upload. Oh, this is my boyfriend, photo, too, they upload. Like, your entire life is on social media. And unless someone knows responsible posting and digital footprints, they will think it's in vogue. They'll think it is okay for you to post yourself half naked, or post yourself having, fun with your friends. I mean, some things are not okay, to the extent that social media keeps your footprint for many years. And you find them that when they grow up, they're probably having a search on their character. They do a search on social media, and then a very vulgar photo comes up. So these are the threats, actually, that you should be telling your children to be very, very careful with what they do and what they post. You do not post your life. I know some adults, even in my circles, where you don't need to ask what is happening in their lives. They'll post when they are going, they'll post when they are giving birth. They'll post, I mean, it is too much. And it's high time that we start instilling such basic protection in our children to know, okay, it is not okay actually to put your life out there. People are bad. People have demons. People are looking to see whom they should bring down with them. And these are facts that we can't run away from as parents. Okay? Next slide, please. Okay, another monkey that you should be aware of as parents is cyberbullying awareness. And cyberbullying, it comes in many, many ways. Someone can post something, and before you know it, a random stranger is insulting your child. And most of our children do not know how to react. Okay, some of us have been rejected. We have been beaten left, right, center. I mean, we are hard skinned. Eh? But for them, anything negative and it comes from the social media, it really breaks them. So it's very important you as parents to tell them what cyber bullying is all about and how it looks like. Encourage them to speak up if they experience bullying. And you save evidence such as messages or screenshots and report and block bullies on the platform. Because where we at now, at least every platform gives you a chance to block and report if someone is bullying. But we've seen children in developed countries commit suicide. There is recently I was reading a report where a child committed suicide, but it was instigated by AI. Like they were communicating to this computer, and the computer had even learned their routine, and it gave suggestive ideas to this child. You think your parents love you? When they would log in the morning, oh, how are you feeling? I feel you. I feel your pain. I'm here with you. But if you think life is so hard, it is okay to stop it so that you stop the pain. Until when this child, committed suicide. And outside, it was a very charming, fun loving child. But then they were interacting with AI. And this AI destroyed a child's life. And that is where we are going. So please, parents, please, please, please explain to your children what cyberbullying is. And if there is anything that is interactive with them, they will always tell you. They will always tell you. And this helps you to actually create rapport and know, okay, if I'm to get into their space, you tell them that it is okay to share with me your fears. It is okay to share with me what you're afraid of. It is okay to share with me what you're experiencing so that I walk this journey with you. I am not ashamed of you. I will always support you because most kids, uh, they do bad things because they're afraid of their parents, because we haven't, put ourselves in that vulnerable state to tell them, hey, look here, I feel you, I see you, and I'm here to support you. So please, parents, explain what cyberbullying is to your children so that they know what it is. Next slide, please. Okay, so how you can help? Please maintain open and judgment-free communication. Do not judge your children. For example, I have had a series of incidents where my children do dubious things, things that you can't even think of. But I do not judge. I say, okay, it is a mistake. We will walk through this. I'm here with you. Please don't share away. I've got you. I am your mother. I will never do anything to hurt you. Trust me. And such small, open, affirmations give this child the confidence to know, okay, in whatever, anything that I could have done, my mom won't really thrash me out. And I encourage you to create this open, non-judgmental, free communication. Stay informed about the apps. Most of us don't know these apps and platforms that our children are using. Please know the model of positive digital behavior and work together to create family online roles. You can even create like a leaderboard and say, okay, this is what we are looking at as a family. When you are faced with this is what you should do, so that they look at it on a daily. because the times you're in, guys, they are not normal times. They are not normal times. You have to either have rules or be strict in one way or another. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, as I finish my discussion, I would like to us to have a few key takeaways. And our takeaways this evening is digital safety is an ongoing process. Please don't think that you have done a few one, two, three things and that's it. Always know the tools to help, but communication is very essential and empower children to build long-term online safety. Even the kids themselves, they should know it is okay to put out some spaces and say, okay, I'm not doing this with this stranger. Mommy refused it, and it is okay to say no. It is okay not to be, for example, I have a son who is very soft, like he's so kind. You know, I reached a point when I had to be candid with him. I told him, hey, I'm not saying that you should be very mean, but I mean, it is okay for you not to say no. It is okay, perfectly fine to say to tell someone, I will not be able to do that because you're not entitled to helping them at all. And for him, he didn't know that he felt obligated to help out all the time. So we need to create such spaces. Know the tools, parents, know the tools. Huh? Visit TikTok, visit X, know those tools, know the social media handles, research about them, because we are living in an era where information is so much. There is too much that we can do and give back. So please don't sit on this era. Okay, next slide, please, as we finish. Okay, guess that was the last slide. And my key takeaways as we finish this session is as parents, we should know that digital threat or cyber threat is here to stay. We are not running away from it, and the best you can do is to make sure that you embrace it, but protect your own, just like a mother chicken protects its chicks from an ego or from harm. That is how you should treat your kids when it comes to cyber security or cyberbullying, because it's here. But what we do or what we learn from the experiences that we get, it is all that will make the difference. Other than that, I thank you for listening. Let's create this as an open forum so that we get questions and we discuss as parents. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Faith, for the wonderful deliberation. I hope those online have picked a number of things that you have deliberated upon. Now, I know most of us, especially the teachers, some people have already gone for scoring. That's why we are not able to raise a good number. But even the others who are here are representatives of the others who did not attend. So at this juncture, I would like to take this time to go through the charts that have been there. I think, Madam, you will be in position to listen to this. This one is MO. I think this blocking needs a lesson itself to help the parents. So you have been talking about how to set up things, how to monitor and actually block some of the sites, so that would be dangerous. So maybe you would give your views upon that. OJ, the digital space is affecting everything: love, population decline, artificial intelligence dependency, and most developed countries are already coming up with the regulations to restrict its usage. I think this is the most important thing. AI now has become something that, if we don't use it well, may lead us into another world that we may not be able to describe it into detail, because things are being done and AI has the ability to interpret, to even mingle, to do whatever that is that. Maybe you will also have a say on that. I can say some parents do not know things of it. They buy smartphones for TikTok and they don't know even the password their phones, and how are we helping them? This one is stressing points that some parents just they hear that smartphones help in learning, but at the same time they do not know how these smartphones are used to affect learning. Thereby can end up being abused and used negatively to affect learning. We also have OJ saying in Russia, they want to shut the internet after 10 p.m. daily, and minor below 16 years banned from using smartphones. I think this is just steps towards trying to find out how best can our children be protected from the digital era or menaces that are caused by being connected to digital world. And I think that if Russia is doing that or would wish to do that, that would be in position to help their citizens. And I would say the most important thing is not to quarrel with the youth, but to guide them. Parents need to be guided more, as most are immigrants who couldn't match the native youth. This is our dilemma. So I think these are concerns that have been raised in the charts. As Madame Faith puts it, that there are things that when you as a parent, you may not be knowing about digital uh, phenomena. You find that these youth are very well versed with it. And in most cases, they know even better than you. Now, how do you advise that person who knows better than you, who may manipulate to your disadvantage? So I think these are what have been raised in the chats. Then we get some questions as Madam, or questions or concerns as Madam would respond to some of these concerns. So you would always unmute your microphone or raise up your hands. Then you will be picked and you put across whatever you want to put across. Thank you for listening to me. I would welcome any concern from our online members who are attending this session.
Thank you so much, moderator. Maybe what I can emphasize is there is much you can do as a parent, because the digital era is here and it is here to stay. If right now we are even having artificial wives, artificial husbands, you can talk to a computer as if you're talking to a person. Like, there is a lot that has invaded our space, and you as science teachers, at least you're in better position to know how science has evolved. But what you can do is not to run away from the fact that our kids are really, really exposed. They know more probably than us. You just need to speed up. Like, don't hide your face in the ground like an ostrich. Learn these platforms so that you know where the risks are. Because you're dealing with a generation that is probably 4 times wiser than us. They know how to hide, they know what to touch, they know where to go. And most of us do not know their tactics. So try to research, try to learn so that you're able to beat them at their own game. Otherwise, there is nothing we can do to protect them as much unless we know what they're exposed to. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I have a hand from Rogers Mukalele. Can you unmute and then voice your concern?
Thank you very much, Mr. Obua, and I want to thank the presenter for bringing this topic. Yeah, when actually I saw this topic, I was really excited. I personally have interest a lot in ICT things, and digital safety is one of them. I wanted to, there are a number of things that she hinted on. I wanted to share, you would allow me just a few minutes. I try to supplement on a few things here, then we can get back to the members. There is, I'm just going to be straight. There's a presentation I have here, which we had some time back. There is things to do with physical and mental health. So these learners, when they are using, all the children, even us as adults, when we are using these computers and these devices, the TVs and everything, there are two things. There can be physical health issues, and there can also be mental health. The physical, for example, in this festive season, if learners sit, or if a child sits and is watching a series and doesn't want to sleep, or sits for long, or if you're using a computer and then you use for long, you can get some issues. For example, we have eye strain. Eye strain is, there is a rule called the 20-20 rule. And this applies to all of us. When you're using, the normal advice, when you're using a computer or you're on screen, you should be having some break after every 20 minutes. You look away. You look at something 20 feet away so that your eyes can be relieved. So this is something I wanted to really share this tip, the 20-20 rule. You look at, you watch for 20 minutes and then you look aside for 20 minutes, for 20 seconds. So that makes you at least to be fine. And also, the other issue that is sitting on the devices. Sitting badly can cause back pain. It can cause, so there is something called ergonomics, which they normally advise if you're using a computer. But generally, it's a good etiquette to sit upright when using devices. So if you are engaged on a device for long, you may not realize, but you may be referred to hospital when you need to go and they do some massaging or something. When you have got, maybe one of your muscles has got, you can even get a permanent damage. So they normally advise that the level of the screen is at the level of the eyes, and then you sit upright. You have something on the back and all that. So these ones are general things of ergonomics. Like I have this video, this person here trying to show how to sit on a computer when you're like maybe at home. And so as parents, we should get our children. So we have he's trying to demonstrate how the thighs have to be straight, and you sit in and then you're able to use your computer. And what is not allowed, what's not good when you are sitting. Some of us, you are maybe, it may not be a computer, it may be anything else, but when you are really straining yourself and you're not in a good posture. So these are things that we need to know, from the feet being flat on the ground to how you can get the neck. The neck can so everything we need to be really mindful of all this so that we can be able to have a nice life. Then the other thing is the ears. So many times with gadgets, learners use, or children, even us, we use headphones. So when someone is on headphones, listen to music for long, and you can get, in science, we have a lot of things from these sound waves, how they travel to the inner ear. And then if the loud noise come, they can spiral through the fluid, and then they can be able to cause damage, what you call the, it can bend, it can aggressively bend the hair cells. And then you find someone can no longer hear. For example, when the birds outside singing, you can't hear because you are a bit deaf. So a child may come for the Christmas holiday and go back to school when they cannot hear. So in most of these devices, like on the phone, when you are trying to increase volume, it warns you even beyond a given level of 85 decibels. It warns you, and if you insist, and then you go beyond the volume, that will be there. And then you can be able to have things like symptoms, feeling fullness or pressure in the ear, difficulty in hearing high-pitched sounds. So we need to wear ear protection in these environments, and make sure that we lower volume on personal devices and prevent volume should be below 80 decibels, and make sure that we handle these devices very well, so that we can be able to. So for comparison, breathing is around 10 decibels, whispering is around 30 decibels, conversation around 65. And then maximum level on most music players is around 110. So maximum level is beyond the 80 decibels limit. And then a gunshot is around 140 decibels. So these are things that we need to know, and so that we don't lose hearing. Then also we have something to do with the electromagnetic fields in some of the devices, which can affect us. Some devices have higher electromagnetic fields, have higher EMF. So we have equipment, mobile devices, Wi-Fi routers, laptops, monitors, different ones have, especially the old ones. The new ones, they have tried to say that they're a bit friendly to health. So this thing can show you from the cell phone to phone tower, wireless, laptop to radio. And all these, they can really affect our cells, according to research study on biomedical.com. So we need to, like microwave oven, we need to not to be long, very near some of these devices for long. They can be able to affect our lives. And it also comes to the issue of laptops. Many of us, we put our laptops on our lap, and this laptop has some radiations. So if you're using a laptop, please, you get something like a pillow or something you put on top so that you protect yourself, because these radiations could be able to affect you, and you may be having challenges, especially like we say, some of these old devices, to make sure that you do that. Then finally, under mental health, there's something called fear of missing out. The presenter talked about social media. So we have a lot of social media. So you find that a child has Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, WhatsApp, SMS, and every time they want to know what is happening. And right now we are in political season. Some of us want to follow what is happening with your candidate. So every time you want to be on YouTube to say, hey, he has gone to this, is now in this area, what is happening? So you have that thing of fear of missing out. You want to know what's happening every time, every message you want to read. And you find that you can even be depressed. Excessive use of devices can lead to mental health challenges and impacts on mental health, sleep disruption, reduced social interaction, and there's this disease called FOMO, fear of missing out. And yeah, so many of us are scrolling on TikTok endlessly. You don't want to complete scrolling because you want to know everything which has happened at something which is happening elsewhere. And the other thing that was talked about was parental controls. On phone, there is something called Google Family Link. So parents, if you have a device for your learner, your child, because we're in a digital world again, we don't want to keep our children analog. So a child may be giving a tablet to your child because they need to learn. Maybe there are some study apps or something. You can monitor whatever the learners, your child. So you install what we call Google Family Link, and then it can enable you to create an email for your child, and you log in the other device. So you can be able to monitor how much time the child is spending on Google Classroom, on YouTube, or whichever apps the child is using. And you can be able to even block particular apps. You are the one who allows, if the child tries to install any app from Play Store, you are the one to accept or to refuse the app, the child. So you can have, when your device, you can control the other device. And even on smart TVs, many of us have smart TVs. You can create an account for the child, and the child will only watch YouTube videos for children, and not watch this other music, these other things which are not appropriate for the children. So you can be able even to control even the TV itself. You can block some television stations. For example, if I see this television station is not good, is always having very bad movies and all that, I can say I'm going to put UBC and this one and this one and this one, which I know are friendly to the child, and they have maybe family-friendly movies. And other TVs, you put a lock, parental control on what the child can be able to access. So you can be able to monitor and use Google Family Link to monitor and then do that. And also, you need to have established what you call device-free zones. Like dining table, you can say food, time, no phone. In the study room, no devices. In the bedroom, so you also have offline activities like the TV. At what time should it be on? Time for sports, time for exercise, and making sure that at least before sleeping, there is screen time off. By maybe say a rule, by 9, no more phones. We talk as a family, and then we will get phones again the next day. So we need to deal with both physical and mental challenges. And also we need to protect our devices. There are things of viruses, I will not go into them. These ones there are some antivirus softwares which can help us protect us from even cyberbullying and hackers. They may not spoil your health, but they may hack and they take your data and your privacy. So you need to be careful on the links you touch on social media, and install antivirus. Even on the phone, there are antivirus apps, even on the computer. So basically, this presentation is long. I'm going to end it here. I just wanted to supplement, and I can see our time is up, but I thought it was relevant to add on it. Thank you, Mr. Abua. That's what I wanted to share for now. Let me end here.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rajas, for the supplement. I think we are learning more. Even what the presenter has put here has touched me seriously, and I've learned a lot. Now, I think we still have members to, as we started 13 minutes after 8, if we still have concerns, we can raise. But I can't let this one go and mention as you prepare. Let me invite our chairperson, Madam Betty Auma, maybe to give a few remarks as we wait for these others to reorganize within this small time, 10 minutes, so that we can end this program. Madam, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kizito, for moderating this program. I want to thank Council Faith so much for always being there for Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. As she mentioned, sincerely, I just give her a call in few minutes. She's ready. I have liked the spirit she has. I have admired her. and I will still continue admiring her because of her level of organization and readiness for serving the nation. Thank you very much, Council, for accepting to serve Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union members. I would like to thank all the participants of today's ProDev. The topic looked like it needed only people who had some knowledge on the digital world, but to me, it has been a very great topic, especially when we are on holidays. Personally, I've already suffered it because I decided to buy for my children smartphones. But just last evening, I had 4 GB on my own phone. My son held my phone. Just in 15 minutes, he had completed 4 GB. Now I was wondering, I asked him, what have you downloaded? And amazingly, or surprisingly, what he had downloaded, he deleted it. And it has left me a question up to now. So when I reflected and remembered that today Lady Council would handle this topic, I got really so much interested. Members, our learners, our young people are adventuring a world they don't understand. And we need to be at the lookout. First of all, we have to acquaint or train ourselves or practice some of these applications we have on the mobile phones and computers. I know some of us already are somewhat aged, but age is just a number. I would kindly request that we get serious to understanding the digital world. It's even worse now with the introduction of the AIs. The children are learning too fast. Anything mentioned, they just rush there and they get its meaning. And they begin to enjoy the meaning even without understanding. So it was just today we expect that the message Lady Council has given us should prepare us to prepare ourselves more to attending to this. Thank you, Rogers, for the additions you have added. Sincerely, those additions you have given is the suffering we are having and the future challenges we are about to face. Now, you find the young people with the headset on their head 24/7. They have it. Someone is seated in a very silent environment. Instead of putting an audio, they have those earphones in the ears. Just try to pick it and try to listen. The music is very loud and they're enjoying it. They don't know that it's going to affect their eardrums. So to me, in this today's presentation, I've picked a message that we need to be advising our young people of the dangers they are about to face in the nearby future. When you move to hospitals, we are now finding many young people suffering these effects of the applications they use on the computers, the phones. So it's a high time as teachers, especially because we always face them there at school, we need to do something. The rate at which communication has increased, sincerely, it's alarming. These young people, they like students, they steal phones, move with at school. At what time do they communicate? Throughout the night, they're communicating. And you find someone has pushed the thing into the ears so that no one is able to hear, but they're talking. They don't know it has got these dangers. So thank you very much today's presentation, Council of Faith, for bringing us to this far. Members, I may not come back again. I want to thank your participation throughout this year. We have been having ProDev Hour every Thursday, and it has been amazing that we have covered very many topics. For those who have been consistently listening or attending, I'm very sure we are not entering 2026 when we are empty-handed. We have something that we have learned, and we are going to keep on. I would like to announce here that next Thursday is going to be Christmas Day. We would have loved to have Pro-Dev hour as well, but because it is falling on a Christmas day, I would kindly request members to enjoy the Christmas and we can resume the following week. So next Thursday, we shall not have the Pro-Dev hour, so that the Christmas season, day, is celebrated wholeheartedly. So I would like to take this opportunity to wish all of us a Merry Christmas. And before the new year comes, I know we shall have a prosperous new year, because the following Thursday is the first. But that first, we can have a statement as we start 2026. That is what I had wanted to communicate to members, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Betty, for that elaborate information. I can now see that I don't see any hands for concerns or what. Can we have any Muslim or any Christian to pray for us as we crown up Pro-Dev hour for 2025?
Maybe we would allow Council Faith to say something as she winds up, because she had given us time questioning and she has not had time to at least say a word or two. Thank you.
Okay, Council, you are welcome to give us your last word. That could be for this year, but early next year, we shall be with you to continue guiding us. Hello, Council. I think she's off. Can we have Sabiria Kenneth now to lead us in a short prayer? Okay, members, we can pray. We can. Hey, Kenneth, are you praying? Unmute.
We pray.
Yes, please.
Our Father in heaven, we thank you for the gift of life given to us. We thank you for the people who have prepared this session. Really, it is amazing. It has helped our parents. It has helped us so that we can upbring our children. As we are completing this year, we call on you, God, so that you can be with us. You give us life so that we can succeed next year. Father, bless everyone in this platform so that you remain us to be in unity in order to prepare our children to be with a good citizen which will help people in this world. Father, we pray for you in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, thank
Amen.
you,
Merry
everybody,
Christmas, everyone.
and a happy new year.
Amen.
Okay, yeah.